Yo, 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 what's up, people? What's going on, good people? What's going on, man? This your boy Surrender back in the building, man. Hope everybody is having a great week. We're heading into Thanksgiving, so I know a lot of you guys are gonna do what you do on Thanksgiving. I'm gonna eat a little something myself, man, and enjoy family. It's gonna be a real nice time we're gonna have. I think we're gonna have a lot more family come up this time than normal. So I'm definitely ready. So I hope you guys are ready, man. And so you guys see the title, uh, "Can Medical Astrology Work?" And if you guys don't know anything about medical astrology, then then I guess you're gonna learn something today. But I like a medical astrology. I don't really know, the whole background on it, but I know that it's a very old tradition. If you guys didn't know, in order to be a physician back in the day, you had to be an astrologist. All right, both of them were meshed together. There was no way you could be a physician without being an astrologist, and vice versa. Okay, so that concept is kind of crazy. I don't necessarily use astrology in the aspect of trying to tell you about what's going to happen for you tomorrow and this, that, and the third. I don't think that uh, uh, that's my job to do that. So I didn't go that far into it, but it does have a lot of relevancy when you're talking about diagnosing sometimes the attributes of an individual. If you guys believe in it, sometimes it can be a measuring tool to tell one what to watch out for, preventative kind of thing. Maybe you may be prone to certain things, no different than if you had anything in your family, or something like that. Then certain stuff you got to watch out for. So medical astrology, man, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things that you can use to continue to heighten your craft as a herbalist. Is one of the things I like to use. Just to kind of give you a synopsis of how it goes. I mean, you guys know about astrology enough to know your signs. So, the calendar, how the calendar normally starts is in Aries. The original calendar starts in Aries. So that's March to April, right? March 21st to April 20th, right? And then you got Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, uh, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and then you got Pisces, right? And so, in essence, that's 12 months. In essence, that's a whole year. And then you have your 12 signs. But in essence, also, too, that's areas on the body. So, Aries in medical astrology rules the head, all right? See if I can show y'all this little picture right here I got right here, but you probably can't see it real good. Yeah. So Aries is up here. It rules the head. All right. So basically, what that means is um, a person born in Aries can be prone to headaches. Right? Can be prone to any type of brain issues, brain diseases, hemorrhages in the brain stroke of the brain, maybe more often than normal. You may be. Um, it's just to say that that area in an Aries is normally something that they have to deal with. The eyes, right? The eyes are something that they may have to deal with a lot. What it say? Also, too, Aries means the heat of the body, right? So that could mean also inflammation, uh, and not necessarily inflammation meaning just in the brain area, but just inflammation in itself means Mercury, right? Mars, right? Some fire, fiery red, right? So those are the things that rule Aries. So when you think about that in medical astrology, then what I'm saying is some people who are born in between March 21st and April the 20th of the calendar year may be prone to head issues, dealing with headaches, uh, brain diseases, brain issues, eye issues, and all of that. All right. And so some of the herbs that you can take for that, for the brain issues, maybe ginkgo biloba. Let's see what else I got for. I got a lot of stuff for brain, but let's see what else I got. You guys excuse me real quick. For the brain, we got, yeah, like I said, that ginkgo biloba is very good for the brain. Also, too, when you're talking about arterial things, garlic is always good, man. You get your little garlic cleanse, and it'll try to clean out the plaque in your arteries, so you don't have to worry about stroking and all that stuff of the brain and all that. Another herb out there is called Google. Basically, it's a herb from India. You just kind of got to look it up, man, and so that's kind of good for everything in the brain. Brahmi is also an Indian Ayurvedic herb. Brahmi, Brahmi. That's pretty good. For inflammation, one thing that's very good for inflammation is turmeric. So get you a little tonic with turmeric in it. If you can withstand it, try to take you a little teaspoon or something a couple times a day and a tonic, and that'll keep inflammation down in your body. Period. All right. So that's inflammation dealing with any itises. All right. Any kind of itises is inflammation. All right. No matter what it is, it's inflammation in that area. So things like turmeric and what else I got for that? Maybe feverfew, right? It's pretty good for that. Matter of fact, for headaches and fever and all that, feverfew. So if you're dealing with headaches as a Aries, uh, get you some feverfew. Feverfew will do it. If you got fevers, feverfew. That's why they call the herb feverfew. So that's pretty good. If you a lot of Aries got a lot of allergies. A lot of us deal with sinus issues, but allergies, if that's your issue, nettles is always good as a multivitamin type of herb anyway. Outside of that, for allergies, there's a herb out there called butterbur. You can kind of Google that one. I think that's an Indian herb too, butterbur, but that's pretty good for sinuses. Fenugreek is good for allergies. You guys probably heard of fenugreek, and always the king of all things is ginger, man. Ginger will clean you out. Period. All right. So the next part of the body is the neck, and this is ruled by Taurus. All right. Now, the neck, the stiff neck, the thyroid glands, all of that is kind of ruled by Taurus. All right. Even voice, your vocal cords, how you speak, all of that is ruled by Taurus. So anything dealing with the neck, you definitely want to try to see what's going on with that. A nice herb out there is blue vervain for stiff neck. If you're dealing with sore throat, of course, there's some nice herbs out there for sore throat, like euthanasia, golden seal, uh, marshmallow, something that'll really soothe the throat. So you can do something like that, or licorice root. Be real good for sore throat. If you're talking about thyroid glands, right? And this all depends on if you got hyper or hypo. So for people who out there that understand that, hyper is meaning that you have a hyperactive thyroid, meaning that it's overworking. um, then you want to try to do something to slow it down. Adaptogenic herbs has always been proven to kind of help thyroid gland a dysfunction. So something like a Eulithero, for hyperactivity, do a Eulithero, something that'll kind of slow it down a little bit, and something for hypoactivity. Maybe you want to do like a ashwagandha, and you can always add a little bladderwrack in there and see how that works for you. All right. Um, Also, too, like for gums, if you got any kind of gum issue, now I know this is up in the head, but sometimes that's between Taurus and uh, uh, Aries, depending on where you got the issue. Maybe your lower gum is Taurus, your upper gum is in the Aries area. But whatever you got gum wise, clove is always going to be good for any kind of gum issues, especially dealing with like wisdom tooth, or you just got a tooth pull, or abscess, or gum pain. Clove oil. So we'll go past the Taurus. Now we're at the shoulders, right? And the arms, and that's Gemini. And Gemini represents two shoulders, two arms, right? It represents two of everything, two eyes, not necessarily the eye itself, but just the uh, two legs, all of that. So Gemini rules the shoulders and the arms, all right, and the hands. Okay. So anything dealing with shoulder, arms, hands, sometimes you can get off into the respiratory system and the nervous system as well. Gemini definitely rules the nervous system. Okay. So any type of nervous system issues, shoulder, arm, hand issues, um, that's going to be considered in Gemini. And some of the things that you can take for like nervousness and tension and pain is you can do something like a lavender or valerian. Now valerian is kind of like a sedative. So I mean it's a really kind of strong sedative. So take a small doses of valerian. If you don't like that, then you may want to try another aptogenic herb. Maybe something like Eleuthero is pretty good, or rhodiola. Maybe rhodiola may be your best bet for something like that. Um, and then something for the lungs, man. The lungs has always been a big thing. So for the lungs, there's a herb out there called elecampane, and that's very good for the lungs. Mullein, pretty sure you guys have heard of mullein. So you can definitely do that. Um, uh, uh, and then you have like the nervous system. So I mean, things we have for the nervous system would be what we call an herb that's called iboga. It comes out of Africa. You can get you some iboga. You can do some chow chow, which is like chocolate, but it kind of helps with the nervous system. This, that, and the third, and we got some other stuff too for the nervous system. Let me see here. What I got for the nervous system. Man, it's so many herbs out there, people. And it's just all about learning them. And everything ain't always going to be your conventional herbs. Unfortunately, a lot of herbs have been so, uh, cultivated that, they may not have what you need. And so you got to go and research, you know what I mean? And you got to really go in depth with what you're looking for. Um, uh, there's some other nervous system herbs that I don't necessarily have right now, uh, but I definitely do got them in my database here. I just don't want to take all day to try to look for all of it. I got so many herbs, man. But anyway, so yeah, so Gemini rules the nervous system, right? So you definitely want to watch out for anything like that. And like I said, normally nervous system mean that you're getting overly anxious, anxiety can be an issue with a Gemini, and so you just want to have a sedative, something to calm you down, uh, and things of that nature. So that's why valerian and rhodiola and all those things would probably be good for that kind of situation. Now then, so the next one is now you're down. You got the shoulders, the arms, the lungs. Now you're down into the stomach and the chest area, and so that is cancer. All right, stomach and chest area is going to be cancer. All right, and so a lot of people try to associate this with breast cancer. And I wouldn't necessarily say all that, but cancer does operate the breast as an organ. All right, cancer is more like all of your containers, pretty much. So it's the chest, it's the stomach, things that contain. Okay, and so what we do for cancer is one good thing for the stomach is things like catnip, uh, There's other now when we're talking about just the stomach, not necessarily uh, uh, organs within, right? But just the stomach area itself, and that can just be stuff like I said, marshmallow, catnip, um, and cancer also rules the uterus and the womb. Um, and so things for the womb, for the woman could be raspberry leaf. I think, red raspberry leaf and Damania should be something that should be a go-to for women, period. Right? Red raspberry leaf and Damania, or if you got low libido as a woman, it should be maca root, some Vitex, chasteberry, um, especially if you got infertility issues, Vitex, Chasteberry, PCOS, Chasteberry. Um, if you're dealing with, uh, as a man, if you're dealing with low libido, right, then you want to do some. There's a herb out there that is called Yohimbe, all right, from Africa, Yohimbe, Yohimbe. That's pretty good. All right, so go look that up as a brother. If you got something dealing with some erectile dysfunction areas or something like that, you may want to look at some Yohimbe. And a lot of that too for fellas, detoxing. Do your detox, man. You know what I mean. You ain't got to purchase mine, but doing the detox as a brother could really help with erectile dysfunction. Okay, doing the detox can really help. Black seed oil can really do some good in that area too. Um, and what else? Cancer also too is so you basically rules the respiratory system. All right. So, again, mullein and all of that stuff is going to be good for lung wart as a herb. Lung wart is going to be real good. Colt's foot, all right, is going to be real good as a respiratory thing. Just for respiratory health, bronchitis and laryngitis and all of the itis of the inflammations of the lungs. Okay. Lung wart, Colt's foot, mullein, mullein as a herb is going to be real good. But this also too constitutes the area of, when you're dealing with, even though Gemini rules the lungs, that chest cavity area is still ruled by Cancer. And so they also say this is why you'll find people have, big breasts and this and that and the third, or you're associated with breast cancer. But it's not necessarily that. All right. Um, what else now? So the next part of your body is your still in the chest area. We're talking about the heart, and the heart is ruled by Leo. All right, and this is where your energy and your vitality comes from. Right. So when you're having issues in the energy and the vitality, that tends to be in the area of Leo. All right, and if you're dealing with any kind of heart disease and heart issue, that tends to be in the area of Leo. And then, so, one of the world renowned herbs for the heart condition is always going to be hawthorn berries. All right. Hawthorn berries and angelica. You mix those two together as a tea and drink that all the time, and you're pretty much gonna be all right. Okay, with pretty much anything. And you just do a hawthorn berry. Just keep that in your medicine cabinet, and as a preventative thing, you'll be pretty good. All right. Um, and so Leo also too rule parts of the back and the spine, and so it also rules the muscular system, right? And one of the things about the muscle, I'm gonna say this as just a vitamin and mineral type of talk. I'm gonna add this in here. Anytime you got any kind of muscle issues, muscle deterioration, you want to build muscle, you got weakness in the muscles or anything like that. Magnesium magnesium. All right, go out there and try to get you some magnesium to build muscle and to get muscle endurance and to bring the muscle back in recovery time. Magnesium is always going to be good for that. All right. Let's see what else you got. So after you leave there, you got Virgo. So Virgo is the abdomen. All right, and all that's included in the abdomen. Now this is when you get into the intestines. All right. So Virgo is when you're getting into your intestinal things. All right. Now, one of the great things about intestines, man, and like I said, now this is when you're getting into your kitchen right here. You see what's behind me? When you're in Virgo, this is when your kitchen comes up, and you get things like dill, uh, good as an intestinal cleanser, fennel, good as a intestinal cleanser. This is when what are some of the other herbs that's good for that? Uh, 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 well, basically, just dill and fennel now for your intestines will work every time. Now, when you're talking about the spleen, then you're getting into things like red root. There's an herb out there called red root, real good for spleen issues. Actually, red root, you probably want to add that into your medicine cabinet if you don't got it too, because here's the thing with the spleen holds all of the blood. And a lot of times when we have a lot of these cancers, right, it's dealing some informed fashion with the blood, the cells. So having blood purification herbs on deck will be very, very good. And so if you just need some spleen cleanser, then you want to deal with herbs that are blood purifiers. And I may have some blood purifying herbs here. Let's see what we got inside. Blood purifying herb. Stuff like burdock root. All right. Yellow dot root. Uh, is always going to be good for blood cleansing. Um, what else we got? Uh, red clover. All right. Dandelion root. Okay. All that. Great for blood cleansing. Okay. So those things could be added to the spleen to cleanse that. And then, like I said, you got the red root there. And now, if you got like nervous stomach and all of that type of stuff, then you can do a little catnip, and anxiety, or another herb for anxiety could be motherwort instead of valerian. Um, and like I said, all of your digestive issues are pretty much in your kitchen here. You're talking about as a multivitamin, there's parsley in there. You got the dill, you got the fennel, you got the coriander, and the marjoram with a little cayenne pepper. If you mix those three together, and you can make you a tonic with those, and just have that in your medicine cabinet anytime you need to digest. Boom, boom, boom. So everything digestively is in the kitchen. All right. So look for the herbs in the kitchen when you're dealing with things in Virgo. All right, so then we go a little lower to the kidneys, and now we're in Libra. All right, so Libra runs the kidneys, and it also runs the glands on top of the kidneys, which is called the adrenal glands. Okay, all right. So when people who are Libras are prone to some kidney issues, kidney diseases. All right, so you have things that you need to watch out for if you are a Libra. One of the great things for kidneys could be, uh, uh, you know, uh, kidney also too is a blood thing, right? So you want to do diuretic herbs. All right, you want to do diuretic herbs because you want the kidneys to flush out. And urination is a better detoxification method than people think boo booing is. All right, you actually piss out more toxins than you do when you go to the bathroom and do the number two. All right. So urination is very good. So you use diuretics that can heighten that to cleanse the kidneys. Okay. And then you got, of course, y'all know if you do got kidney stones or and stuff like that, there's herbs out there like the stone breaker. You can just Google that. It's called the stone breaker. It's specifically made just for kidney stones. You understand me? So you got herbs out there like that, but then also too you got herbs like uva ursa, which is kind of good for um, uh, when you're dealing with like your estrogen levels and this, that, and the third. Most of the time in Libras they have some high estrogen levels, so you want to watch out for that. Dandelion is always going to be good. Um, Body weight. When you're dealing with body weight, sometimes having uh, when you're having kidney issues, sometimes you can have weight issues, right? And so when you're dealing with any kind of weight issues, then the good herbs like that would be calamus, the calamus herb, Calamus. That's pretty good for bloating and all that type of stuff. Burdock is pretty good. I got some other herbs too for bloating. Outside of those, let's see what we got for bloating, because I know that bloating is becoming a big thing out there for some people, and you want something to be able to help with the bloating, help with the bloating. So always remember some of these things that I'm going to be talking about. If you can kind of catch the theme of them, you'll see where I'm going with a lot of what we're talking about here as far as herbs, like, digestive, Virgo, stomach, kitchen herbs, right? Leo's, the heart, hawthorn berry. They kind of got there. And then you got, so now we at Libra, where you're talking about balancing the scales, your kidneys sitting up there like two scales, right? And then it has two adrenal glands on top of it, right? These adrenals, these are the things that work with your fatigue. So a lot of times when you're, slow moving and this, that, and the third, and you feel very tired and weak and all of that, that's when you're in Libra, right? That's when you're having adrenal fatigue. All right. And so there's a lot of herbs that we can prescribe for you to deal with that adrenal fatigue. Things like Panax ginseng, all right, a goji berry, all right. So remember when you're dealing with those issues, also two hot flashes. Hot flashes are ruled by Libra, the lower back. We already discussed the adrenals, and also two Libra rules the skin tone and the texture. Most Libras have very soft skin, very nice skin, all right, very shiny skin, all right. So Libras are always dealing with the cosmetic of the skin area, not necessarily the skin itself, but just the cosmetic of it, the tone and texture. All right, and then those herbs that you can deal with for skin. Now I have herbs that are just gonna be about skin diseases and this, that, and the third. All right, but um, always a good herb for the skin is chickweed, and of course they call it chickweed for all of you chicks out there. Now, no disrespect to the goddesses, you know what I mean. You shouldn't be uh, uh, called a chick, but chickweed is one of the go-to for skin disorders or diseases. And you're talking about itching and all of that. Chickweed. I got some more stuff on here, but like I said, man, that'll take me all day to figure out. But again, Libra, kidneys, weight, uh, the buttocks, not necessarily the actual anus itself, excuse me, but the buttocks. All right. Now we go a little lower, and we're dealing with Scorpio, the reproductive organ. All right, the reproductive organ. All right. This is Scorpio. This is why they say Scorpios have high sex. I don't know. But I'm just talking about from a medical standpoint, we're dealing with the testes and the vaginal area and all of that. Not necessarily the uterus. All right. But just in specific, the reproductive organs themselves. All right. And like I said before, for the female, a lot of stuff that you guys can take for that is raspberry leaf and a Demand mix. And for the guys, you do a saw palmetto and a red raspberry leaf mix. All right. Or you'll do a saw palmetto and there's another mix that I had out there for you guys. I definitely want to give you this one. Uh, I definitely want to give my brothers this one. But the saw palmetto for my guys are going to be primarily the go-to. Saw palmetto is going to be mainly the one to go to for the guys, man. And Pygia. and the pygeum herb, Pygeum. All right, the pygeum herb. But like I said, you can always do the yohimbe too. You know what I mean? But definitely put that saw palmetto in your diet if you're dealing with any Scorpio issues, which is dealing with the testes. All right. Um, Also, too, this is like I said, it's about the colon and the bladder. This is where your large intestine come in at, and this is also where the male prostate comes in at. All right, this is where the prostate comes in at, and so herbs for the prostate. Again, saw palmetto and a little pygeum. It'll keep you away from a lot of prostate issues, fellas. Okay, keep you away from a lot of prostate issues. When you're talking about the uterus and all of that, again, now this not in that area, but any kind of female issue, uterine and all of that, uh, just red raspberry leaf. Red raspberry leaf. If you got a uterus, if you got prolapsed uterus, then try some red raspberry and a little white oak bark for the pain, and a little witch hazel. Hemorrhoids from pregnancy, right? You got hemorrhoids from pregnancy. Uh, then you want to try a little uh, I just had it in my brain, but a little witch hazel topically. All right. And then you can do a little comfrey and a little horse chestnut. All right. And that'll kind of help you out with your hemorrhoids. And I know other people get them from other reasons, but I know some women that just get them from, pregnancy. And in order for you to kind of just control that and deal with that, just wipe a little witch hazel on there, topically to clean it, and comfrey and horse chestnuts. All right. Horse chestnut herb you can probably find. You can get them online. All right. All right. So that's Scorpio, and then you go to your mobility, which is your hips and your thighs. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the horse. It's how you move, right? For the hips and the thighs, and then you have a herb called birch and horsetail if you got any issues with that. And this is also too where your liver comes in at. And of course, dandelion root is always going to be a great liver thing. Milk thistle for liver health is going to be pretty good for liver health. Um, and there's some other things that you can take for the liver too. They got something out there called sparrow grass. You can do that. Nettle, like I said, you could drink nettle every day and be good. I mean, honestly, you can drink it every day and be good. And also too, Sagittarius rules the sciatic nerve. So anybody got some sciatic nerve pain out there, you can always take burdock root and tansy together, burdock root and tansy together, and see how that goes. Also, there are other herbs out there like blue flag, uh, burnio mahogany oil, burnio mahogany oil. You can wipe that on your uh, back and leg, back of your thighs and legs and all of that, and that may deal with the sciatic nerve pain. All right, and that is Sagittarius. Now we go down to your knees. That's Capricorn. And Capricorn also is your skeletal system. So people dealing with bone situations, arthritis, rheumatism, osteo, it don't matter. Bone, right? Capricorn. Capricorn. Uh, Capricorn may be prone to breaking a bone or two. Okay? Bone pain, joint pain. Capricorn. So you're dealing with, for the knees, horsetail, wintergreen. Great thing for bones is something called bone set. Bone set. It's a herb out there called bone set. Strengthen your bones. All right. Comfrey. For teeth, you got stuff out there for, for teeth. You got myrrh. You got all kinds of other stuff. Skin, hair, nails. This also, Capricorn also controls the cell walls. Your cell walls, strengthening your cell walls. So being in Capricorn is pretty unique to the body. Like I said, that's the skeletal system. So anything wrong with, like I said, arthritic, or you're dealing with broken bones and this, that, and the third. There are herbs out there that I know exactly what to go to based on understanding that being in Capricorn, that disease or that issue, that condition being in Capricorn. And then I know exactly what is associated. And then it's all about now, you know, crunching it down to be specific to your needs. All right. So it's not, it's still not just a, oh, okay, you're just gonna get everything that's in there. No, you still have to narrow it down because these combinations still have to work in order for the person to have a holistic understanding of them and get the effects of them. One thing could deal with the kidney, but the other thing maybe, okay, like if you have a liver issue, well, if you got a liver issue, then I may have to backtrack and we may have to see what's wrong with the pancreas and the spleen. I may have to look at cleansing out your large intestine. Maybe taking those things and detoxing those will take pressure off the liver. So it's not necessarily always about, okay, well, you know, you said Capricorn and everything dealing with bones, I can just take any of these. No, then you get more specific and more specific in order to understand exactly what you need. All right. And so don't get it twisted. All right. And don't take all of this as medical advice either. If you're dealing with conditions that need a physician, then you need to talk to a physician. If you're taking medication, then I always talk to a physician before you take anything with medication. It's just common sense. But again, the future of medicine is no medicine. All right, I believe the future of medicine is no medicine. So we're gonna get to a point where we can just begin to be preventive in what we eat and how we live, and knowing these herbs to the point to where, like, there's an herb called Prunella vulgaris. All right, the common name of it is called self heal. Hmm. And that just growing outside, and you may got something in your backyard right now and don't even know it because you don't know what it looked like, right? But Google self heal, prunella, Prunella vulgaris, all right, and then you'll start seeing and start learning some of this stuff. It's not necessarily that it's so far away. It's just that a lot of stuff we don't know, and so we perish due to the lack of knowledge. We could be sitting here living 2, 3, 400 years, but we got to get out of the carnivore mindset that where we just want to eat everything, attack everything, and enslave everything, right? And then we got to start accepting life and being just a part of something. We keep trying to conquer, and we treat earth and air and food and animals like they supposed to do what they supposed to do. And when that runs out on you, all you will be left with is your knowledge about the landscape. And if you don't know that, then you're gonna fall off. So this is very important, man. Not to just survival and eating, but survival and healing. And if you want to live to be 200 years old, 300 years old, if you want to defy time, the earlier and the sooner you understand the plant life and how its unique ability to be almost exactly like you in essence, then I think that then we're doing ourselves a distrust. But the quicker you learn it, the better off you'll be, and you'll probably see longevity way longer than a lot of us. And I encourage all the kids out there, including my own, learn these herbs, learn these plants, learn what's growing on this earth so that you can harvest it and then and make it work for your benefit. That is the new technology. Plants, new food, new medicine, plants. That is the new technology. All right. We're building technology to try to keep up with Earth's technology. So if you study Earth instead of computer system that man built, if you study Earth instead of things that man built, if you study what God built, then you'll understand, man, there's a lot more to give to the community of humanity. All right. So this is what we're doing. So now we're down to your ankles, right? You went from your knees, a Capricorn, the skeletal system. Now we're down to your ankle. That's Aquarius. Aquarius rules the lower legs, the calf muscles and your ankles. Um, and it also rules blood circulation. All right. So with this, then we're talking about again, we're talking about bone things. You know, if you got broken ankles and this, that, and the third, then you still use bone set, things like comfrey. If you're dealing with lower leg issues and calf pain and all of that, then you want to do something like white willow bark for that. If you got like nerve issues in your legs and things of that nature, then valerian. Valerian would be pretty good for that. Blood circulation again for stuff like that. I got you know, you got turmeric, you got cayenne pepper to get the blood circulating. You got red clover. You know, I would just say to increase circulation, do like a cayenne pepper, a red clover, and a burdock mix. All right, to increase blood circulation, do like a red clover, burdock root, and a cayenne pepper mix. All right, and then you drink that as a tonic. Drink that as a tea, get you going, get your blood circulation going, especially if you got, heart conditions or anything like that. And like I said, to clean out the arteries, clean out the plaque in the arteries. Garlic, man, garlic is a blessing. All right, garlic is a blessing. Cinnamon is also too known to be good for blood circulation. Um, let's see what else I got for the circulation. I may have some other stuff for circulation. Like I said, it's so much, so much. Yeah, I think that's good for blood circulation. Um, Sergeant Glory Vine, you don't need it. You don't need it. Garlic would be great. Um, so that's things for Aquarius, and also too, Aquarius also too does the heart valves, and it also is part of the oxidation process of the body. All right. So this is where if you're dealing with any kind of oxidation issues and all that type of stuff, we like to call you in Aquarius. I like to say too, this is like your water balance, right? The Aquarius. So this is kind of your pH balance, your blood pressure, all of that. You kind of dealing in Aquarius. And also too, Aquarius is known to be where you see a lot of rare illnesses, all right, in the medical world. A lot of rare illnesses and a lot of things that people have just never heard of before in this area because, like I said, it's dealing with the blood, and a lot of rare illnesses are dealing with the blood. So that's Aquarius because that's the water in your body, right? So it's important to keep your water straight. Just a home remedy for pH balance. I think they said what sea salt and some warm water. Uh, that'll kind of control the pH balance. Just drinking that every morning before breakfast, maybe an hour or so before breakfast on the empty stomach. Do your little salt water intake to kind of get your pH balance back in order. Um, and so that's probably a good thing to do. All right. Again, and so now when you leave your ankles, you're down to Pisces, the feet. Now this is also too in medical astrology where they call the incurable disease zone. All right. This is your cancers, your herpes, and all of the incurable things, the AIDS and everything will be considered to be in Pisces. All right. And just ironic, it's called considered the feet. Now we know the feet to be considered the soul of what things come out. We know that people have always said you could detoxify real good with detoxifying your feet. You can control your temperature by your feet. A lot of things go into your body very quickly through the feet. So it's ironic that having incurable diseases got something to do with uh, Pisces as a whole, but the area of the feet. Now, it's important to let you know how your feet are. Now, areas for the feet also too, Pisces run the lymphatic system and the immune system. So basically, when you're dealing with a lot of these diseases that you can't cure, they're always going to be dealing with your lymphatic system and your immune system. And that is also what controls, Pisces is also what controls that. So uh, there's a slew of things that you can do in that area, but just for the feet specifically, ginseng, teasel, willow could be some things you can do. I think you can, do some feet soaking to kind of get your feet toxic, get the toxins up out of your body through your feet. For your lymphatic system, again, kelp, Irish moss is going to be very good in this particular area to keep yourself mineraled up. And that's pretty much what these are. Seaweed kelp and Irish moss, that's mineraled up. All right. Self heal. It's also a good one that you want to try to take in this particular sector of disease. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's not necessarily saying that it can't be cured, but these are what they like to say the areas of life or the stages of diseases. So in this area, this is the most serious area in the zodiac or the medical astrology area. Again, Pisces rules the feet, the toes, the lymphatic system, the immune system. And so, these are your cancers, your herpes. Um, what else that's incurable? Because I think all of it is curable. But all of the things they say that is, you know, incurable, this is where you're at. You're in Pisces. All right. Um, and so, great way to diagnose off the bat, great way to kind of get an understanding of a person, tendencies, uh, what they may be prone to, and kind of attack it in a preventative way. As a preventative method, I think is great. I think that you guys can learn this and then get your cabinet stocked up. Uh, know your household. Know the people in it. Know their tendencies. Not necessarily from an astrological, just emotional and behavioral issue, what most people use astrology for, but from a medicinal standpoint, a health standpoint, learning how to take care of us, knowing what we're prone to, being proactive in health is the only way to eternal life. Because everybody dying. So the only way to eternal life is being proactive in your health. The only way to live forever is to know how to take care of oneself from the beginning. There can't be any slippages. So I want us to always be cognizant of what we're consuming from here on out. I know Thanksgiving coming up, so I don't want to ruin your Thanksgiving. But I do want to put in perspective some things about how we can internally, within ourselves, and within our households, begin to start changing our future so that the future of medicine becomes no medicine at all. We become our own doctors. All right. This is the change of tide. This is the future that I want to see in health. I may not be able to live forever because of the things that I've obtained and took on and consumed. But our future, our kids, knowing their surroundings and knowing how to be one with nature and knowing how to give back once they take from nature and knowing exactly what to look for in nature to identify what is good, what is plentiful, what is in abundance, right? Take us off of the normal things and put us on some stuff that we ain't been eating, like some of that good old breadfruit. See what I'm saying? So we just got to understand, man, herbs and astrology, they always have went together. And so this is a diagnostic tool that I definitely believe that we can take hold to. All right. And also, too, we're going into a new month. What's the date? The 21st. So we're about to go into Scorpio. Uh, I'm sorry, about to go into Sagittarius, right? So what that means is Sagittarius on my clock. I got to get my clock up here. But I believe Sagittarius to be from 6 to 8 or from 8 to 10. I think it's from 8 to 10. So from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. for the whole month from November the 22nd to December the 21st, if that's correct. Or from November the 22nd, or from tomorrow, Thanksgiving, to November to December the 21st. From Thanksgiving to December the 21st, between the hours of 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Get your prayer on, man. Get your meditation on. Okay? Get your prayer on, get your meditation on, man. Um, get your prayer on, get your meditation on. Sip on you some nettle, huh? Sip on you some nettle tea, some dandelion root. Get you a little mix and take you a little time out. And if you actually are a Sagittarius, man, I can even go deeper into telling you specifically when you need to do it. But just all of us as a whole, in the next month coming up before Christmas, from Thanksgiving to whenever, even tomorrow when you're doing your Thanksgiving, man, uh, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Put in a little prayer time. All right. Until next time, man. You you ask me. So I told you. Can medical astrology work? I believe so. If you guys have any questions or concerns, let your brother know, man. And if y'all got any kind of other issues going on, I'm not gonna ever consultate over the app, but the email is there. The herbs are out here. Um, like I said, there's all kind of herbs out here, man. All kind of herbs out here. Women dealing with skin conditions and all of that, man. Chickweed, cleavers, great, great skin herb. Cleavers, chickweed, come on. Digestive system issues, kitchen, deal, fennel. I'm just trying to figure out all of the little stuff that everybody's dealing with, autoimmune diseases and all of this type of stuff. Then go get you some uh, lupus, get you some ginger root, some reishi mushroom. Uh, uh, you can do some vervain, some blue vervain. Uh, what else we got? What else we got that y'all dealing with? Stress doing everybody, right? Get your adaptogenic herb. So stress ain't nothing but adrenal fatigue. All right. So we just need to have something that we need to just keep us at ease and going through our day. Well, you can do eleuthero, you can drink every day, all day. So you mix nettle, eleuthero, nettle as a multivitamin, right? Or Irish moss, or do a combination of something like Irish moss, bladderwrack, nettle, or something if you just need some real vitamins and minerals. You want to make your really, really great, multivitamin drink. Then it would be some Irish moss and some bladderwrack or something like that. But just on the daily, nettle, parsley, you can do that, man. Multivitamin. I don't even have to worry about ever taking them pills. Um, what else? Yeah, and then so for stress, you can just do like I said, Eulithero, Rodello, ashwagandha, all the adaptogenic herbs are going to be good for the stress, just like they're good for the thyroid glands. You see what I'm saying? So stress, the thyroid gland. All right. It's a lot of stuff that's connected that we just gotta understand, man. We gotta understand it, and then we take this to the next level. I want just as many herb shops as it is liquor stores, man. You know what I mean? We need just as many herb shops. We need to get it because you see what the right now the numbers say that there are more people dying from medical mishaps and drugs than there is these diseases. So almost now you going to the doctor means you're gonna die. And I don't mean no harm when I say that, but it's scary. If you don't listen to me, then I'm gonna ask you. Then do you need a herb for mental disorder? And there's some stuff out there too. You might need to go get you some what they call it, a ayahuasca to change your brain. Because if you can't see what's going on, it don't make no sense. And so I'm on high alert for my own health. First, I'm trying to save myself, and in doing that, I'm going to share ways for you to save yourself. All right. Till next time, man. This has been your boy Surrender, man. Leafofvitalessentials.com. I know y'all probably asking like, why he ain't. I'm all of the stuff that I'm talking about is going to be on the website. We still building. But right now, what I got on the website are the things that I created, are the things that me and my family have created. And all I'm going to put on there, all I really want to put on there, are the things that we create. The things that I create as blends and making sure that I'm being specific with how to do this. How to do this, man. How to do this. We're not rushing, but we do got some stuff coming. We got more products in the making, and so you guys that stay patient with me. We also still too got the giveaway for Whole Foods. We got $100 gift cards that we're gonna give away. We're gonna give away 3 of them, man. So all you guys got to do is just like and share the video. That's all you got to do. Like, share the video, subscribe, and man, we're gonna enter you into the contest for $100 gift card to Whole Foods. You can go in there and go wild, man. Order all of the fruits and vegetables that your heart's content with. That are, for $100, of course. And have at it, man. So that contest is still out there. All you got to do for that is just like, share, subscribe to the video. Whichever one will enter you into the contest for that, and then we'll come on live here on YouTube, man, and give those cards away here shortly. I think we're gonna do the drawing on December 21st. So pray up until then, and you might be the lucky winner. But other than that, man, we're gonna have some great deals coming on there. We also got that Love Detox on sale. I think it's for $50 on the holidays, $49.99. It's a great, man. 21 day, man. 21 day. You're gonna have to commit to healing yourself. There's nothing overnight, especially not dealing with herbal remedies. All right, but that doesn't mean that they will not help you and heal you. Till next time. Love y'all. Nothing you can do about it. Peace.